Hey there, and welcome to your Pocket Sailing Instructor, the #1 educational podcast all about sailing. I'm Penny Caldwell, and I have been a sailing coach for over 25 years now. I'm here to help you reach your sailing goals. Whether you're looking for gear reviews, safety tips, or just some fun sailing stories, this podcast will have it all. Your Pocket Sailing Instructor is an educational and fun podcast all about things sailing. I plan on releasing weekly episodes every Monday to help you start off your week on a high note. So grab your coffee and join me for your weekly dose of all things sailing. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of your Pocket Sailing Instructor. I'm Coach Penny. I am excited to have you join me today. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, welcome aboard. For those of you who've been here for a while, thanks for coming back. Nice to see you again. And this week I'm going to do a quick and easy Christmas list. Kind of last minute gifts. Maybe you're looking for something for someone and once again, time has kind of run out on you. I know that happens to most of us. Just some ideas of things that you might want to get someone else, or maybe you have somebody pestering you about what you want for Christmas this year. So here are some ideas of little things that you could, ask for or purchase. So my first list that I have here is kind of quick and easy stocking stuffers, or just little things that you can get from anywhere really, whether it's your pharmacy or Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, all that kind of stuff. So the first item is a good lip balm. A lip balm that has SPF sunscreen in it. Really handy to have. I tend to have several on the boat. I will even have extras aboard for people who forget to bring lip balm and who don't really realize that when you're out there and the sun is reflecting off the water, it's pretty easy for your lips to get completely is killed out on the water basically by the sun. The sun's so strong. So a really good lip balm is really great to have, especially with the SPF in it. Another thing that is highly recommended is a nice sunscreen. So a nice sunscreen that is water resistant or sweat resistant, that doesn't feel too heavy or sticky, and that can be easily applied. I tend to get SPF 50 these days, seems to be the minimum. Just again, because that sun is just so strong. So a really nice sunscreen is really handy and key to have aboard on the boat. And I'm sure that your sailor would really appreciate having a nice sunscreen. And that's an easy thing to throw into a stocking. Along the same lines, also hand cream. So especially for those sailors that are sailing in the salt water, and you can be really rough on the skin. And so it's really nice to have something that, once you're done with a big day of sailing, you can just quickly put on some hand cream and you'll be feeling much, much better. So if you have a sailor who is doing overnight sailing or sleeping on the boat, especially if they are out on the boat with different people, it might be a really helpful thing for them to have earplugs. Again, very simple. It's one of those things, for whatever reason, it seems like every trip that I have to buy more earplugs because they just seem to go missing. I don't know if I start using them for, house projects or what. But again, earplugs, really quick thing that you can throw into a stocking, easy to get at a Shoppers Drug Mart or anywhere. And along the same lines would be like a sleep mask. Some people don't like using a sleep mask, but some people are quite light sensitive. And even if you are, sleeping at night, if the boat is underway and you have people coming and going, or they're coming down below to do navigation, and you have your night lights on, so you've got the red lights on, but still it can be disruptive for people. So having a sleep mask can really help kind of create that environment for you to get a good night's sleep. Because if you've listened to any of the other episodes where I talk about overnight sailing, you know that trying to maintain your sleep habits and your sleep hygiene and create a routine on the boat around sleep, and just taking care of yourself is really important, especially when you're out there for several days. You want to make sure that you are really setting yourself up for success. So those are some quick kind of personal care items, I would say. So a really nice lip balm, a good sunscreen, good hand cream, even body lotion, I guess, earplugs, a sleep mask. Could be a travel nail care set with some nail clippers. Nail clippers, I use those for a variety of things on the boat, not just for nails, so they're handy to have around. And then you can get into some little kind of boat type things. So carabiners of various sizes, they're handy to have on the boat. I tend to use a carabiner, like I'll clip my water bottle onto the lifeline. That's easy. Or if I'm bringing my paddleboard with me out on the boat, I'll use carabiners on the lifelines, and I'll run my a rope through it, and then I'll be tying off my paddleboard to the lifelines. So you can use carabiners for all kinds of handy different things on the boat. So I tend to have a bunch of those available, different sizes and such. Another thing that is really handy to have is a multi-tool. So this could be like a Leatherman if you wanted to go with a higher end multi-tool, or there are all kinds of knockoffs out there that you could use as well. But a multi-tool is handy to have. I keep one in the galley, so it's easy to access. It's quick, and I don't have to necessarily pull out my entire toolbox if I just need to, I don't know, get a split ring off, for instance. So I just need to do a quick little job. I need a little set of needle nose pliers. Well, I would rather not pull out my entire toolbox and fish those out. So instead, I'll grab the multi-tool, which has a needle nose plier option on it. So just having a quick multi-tool is really handy as well. Another thing that's handy for evening, I would say, or even just doing any kind of maintenance on the boat, is a really good headlamp. So we recently, Graham, my instructor, he gifted me some headlamps that he found at Costco. And I have, over the years, spent ridiculous amounts of money and time, really, researching and purchasing different headlamps for some of my trips. Like I think in 2018, when I was bringing Turnagain back from Hawaii to Victoria, I bought a headlamp, and I'm pretty sure it was probably about $130, $150 headlamp. It was ridiculous. It's the most I've ever spent on a headlamp. But I thought, this is a big trip. I want to make sure I have a really high-end headlamp. And regardless, I think it still conked out on me like 3/4 of the way through the trip. The salt water is just really harsh on a lot of our equipment. So anyways, having a really nice headlamp is key. And I'll have to look up the name of these headlamps, and I'll post it on my Instagram. But it's a great headlamp from Costco. It comes in a 3-pack. Really easy to use, several different light settings, as well as the nighttime, the red light settings, which is great for your navigation and filling in your logbook and all that jazz. So it was a really, really good headlamp that I would highly recommend. And it's also rechargeable, and it comes with all that kind of stuff. So, and speaking of rechargeable, another little thing that is really handy to have on the boat are LED lights. And there are all kinds of different options now that I find that you can get, which are more like a stick-on light that, you maybe push it to come on and stuff like that. But anything that provides extra light that isn't going to draw from the boat battery will definitely be something that your sailor will appreciate, and that, yeah, will be very helpful to have on the boat. And the other thing that I have on this quick list of kind of random little things that you can get is mosquito netting. So depending on where you are boating, some people have a really big problem when they anchor, especially with bugs. And they're kind of always trying to figure out what is the solution for keeping these bugs off of me and out of my cabin and all that kind of stuff. So if even just giving them some mosquito netting fabric that they can then I guess change, or what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I guess change for their purposes. would be really handy to have. You can purchase like mosquito nets for hats that go over hats and stuff like that, but I'm thinking more of something that can be used to cover some of the hatches and some of the openings that might be a little bit bigger on the boat. So those are some random, small, and quick, easy stocking stuffer or gift idea type things that you could get for your sailor. Then I have an idea of some virtual gifts that you could get for your sailor. So different virtual things, because a lot of us, sometimes you're at a distance, but you're still looking for something that might be great for your sailor. So a magazine subscription. You could find out what kind of sailing magazines they're interested in and get them a year subscription for that. You could get them an Audible subscription or some sort of online book subscription where they can download some sailing books or listen to sailing books. You could get them a streaming subscription. So maybe they're interested in watching some movies that are on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever streaming app that they're interested in. So a streaming subscription. There's also YouTube Premium. So YouTube Premium is the option of watching YouTube videos without any of the advertisements. And there are a lot of people that I hear now that basically just watch YouTube instead of TV or any other streaming service pretty much all the time. And there are a ton of YouTube sailing channels and everything that they could follow. So getting them a YouTube streaming gift is a good idea as well. There's lots of gift card options for different places. I offer gift cards for Sail Nelson, so that is a pretty popular option where people will buy a gift card for somebody so that they can put it towards a course with me in the next season or whatever. And you can do whatever, denomination that you want. So some of the sailing schools will offer that option as well, getting a gift card for somebody. You could also purchase an online course for them. So there are different online navigation courses. There are theory courses about sailing. There's even some different courses for docking. Like there's all kinds of different things that they could take online if they've given you an idea or a specific course that they're interested in. Maybe there's a weather course or something that they're looking into. You could gift them something like that, but or you could just again go the gift card route so that they are getting able to have a gift card that they could put towards some sort of course or something that they're interested in learning about. So those are kind of some virtual gift ideas that I've thought about. And then kind of the last section that I have here for gift ideas are kind of a little more higher budget type things, but it would involve personal safety gear. So for instance, if they have a PFD or life jacket that they're interested in purchasing, there are different online stores that you could purchase those through. Or it could be foul weather gear. Now, the foul weather gear, I really tend to encourage people to go and try the gear themselves and move around in it. I have a whole series about how to try on foul weather gear and what to look for and kind of the different things to make sure that you check before you purchase any so that you don't end up, I wouldn't say with the wrong gear, but just so that you make sure you end up with the best gear for you. So that one could be a bit tricky, not necessarily something that you gift to somebody, but maybe you give them money towards their foul weather gear because it is a big ticket item for somebody. And then there's kind of some little boat things that you could get. New cooking pots. I tend to use camping type pots on the boat because they tend to pack into each other and they store fairly well. Also, a really good, this is going to sound funny, but a really good mattress topper. So that for the V berth or even one of the bunks, maybe an aft bunk or whatever, but having like a nice foam topper on top of the actual cushions is really nice. And that's kind of a bizarre one, but just adding a little bit of comfort and something a little bit different is nice there as well. I also have floor covering. So I have a couple little carpets that I have on Spindrift specifically because that floor can be pretty cool, especially in the shoulder seasons or off season. It's really nice to have a carpet or something down that you can step on that's not right up against the hull and really cold. So the trick with those, though, as well, is that you have to make sure that you can secure them properly so that people are not walking around and the carpet's slipping or anything like that. So you do want to make sure that there's some sort of backing to it, depending on your floor and how well maintained it is. You may or may not want to use like a double-sided tape or something like that to keep it in place. But if you have a really nice floor, you're not going to want to do that. But putting down a non-slip carpet underneath is a really good idea too. But so that's kind of some random boat stuff that's also well, but and something else that is an idea that could be more of a higher ticket item would be a sailing holiday or some sort of sailing experience. There are a lot of different companies that offer packages, biking and sailing in certain areas, or skiing and sailing, or taking on a sailing trip that has kind of a volunteer type component to it or an environmental side to it. So there's a lot of different experiences that can also be great gifts for someone if they are looking to do something that is a little different and exciting, and something that they might not necessarily purchase for themselves. That can be a really thoughtful gift for somebody. So there you go, my random kind of last minute Christmas gift ideas. And it could even just be for birthdays or any kind of gift ideas, really. I have a couple other episodes where I talk about some other gift ideas. So I try to make each of them a little bit different. This one's more of a last minute and kind of lower end gift ideas. But hopefully you found that helpful. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And I will see you again soon, or talk to you again soon in the new year. And I am looking forward to it. I'll be bringing you some more episodes specifically around another trip that I took this past summer, where we had 4 generations on the boat, and it was really fun, and just some of the lessons and takeaways from that particular trip. So I will be chatting with you again soon. Happy holidays.